So you're thinking about starting a freelance business, or you're struggling to get clients. Maybe you've got questions like how to price your work, how to manage your freelance business, and how to actually get clients. I've been a freelancer myself since 2015, selling motion graphics and animation services. So if you're a motion designer, this is definitely going to apply to you. But even if you're a graphic designer, illustrator, or video editor, selling creative services doesn't really change. So I know that you're going to get a lot of value from this video. And I've also been teaching people how to start and scale their freelance businesses since 2017. So if I was starting to freelance right now, this is exactly what I'd do. So the first thing you need to do is obviously to create your portfolio. Now, the biggest mistake that I see people making when it comes to their portfolio website is spending way too much time on it, and also kind of making it an excuse not to reach out to clients and not actually to start their freelance business. So don't be that person. Obviously, your work is important, but it's never ever going to be perfect. And you're always going to have to update your website as you get better and bigger projects anyway. So let's just make the minimum viable product version of your website, and let's move on to the next section. Now, I just want to mention one of my students from my course Client Quest, Aldo, because he made a fantastic reel and website all based on personal projects. Now he's got a few clients under his belt. Obviously, he's updated this, and we'll link that website below. But I really recommend checking out Aldo's original reel because it's the best reel and portfolio website I've seen that's just made from personal projects. So it doesn't matter if you've not had any clients before, you can make a really good creative portfolio just based on your own personal projects. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you when it comes to creating your portfolio website is to make the work you actually want to get hired for. Do not, under any circumstances, put work on there that you don't actually want people to hire you for, because I promise you they will actually hire you to do that work. So definitely always just put the work on your reel and on your website that you really, really love and you want other people to hire you for. So I would really recommend having a portfolio website, but where do you start with that and how do you make one? So this brings me nicely to this video's sponsor, Bloom. In Bloom, you can make a modern and attractive website with lead capture forms built right into the website. This means that it will link up to your Bloom CRM and project management system, which can help you to easily track your leads and then turn those leads into projects. You can also use Bloom to send invoices, get contracts signed, and also deliver work to your clients. And your business admin is more streamlined, so you can get on with the fun stuff, which is actually making the work. And what's even better is you can use my code MOTION to get 30% off for the first year. We'll leave the link below this video in the description. Now we've got the portfolio sorted, let's tackle getting clients and making money. So most people don't actually have a marketing strategy to get clients and often rely on word of mouth or only referrals. And this means that they don't have any control over their business or how they get clients. Now let me know if that sounds familiar to you in the comments. So there's two ways that I would get clients right now if I was starting from zero, and that is having an inbound marketing strategy and an outbound marketing strategy. So outbound marketing is anywhere where you're reaching out to clients. Imagine that you've got a big megaphone that you're using and you're kind of going out there and shouting about your work. It's things like cold emailing, which we're going to talk more about later. Inbound marketing is where people are coming to you. So imagine it's like you have a big magnet and you're drawing people towards you. You would usually have some sort of content marketing strategy and social media strategy to attract clients to you. So this is the exact strategy that I would use if I was trying to get clients right now. So let's dive in. So step one is get on LinkedIn. Step two is find people that could potentially hire you. Step three is to follow them. And a good way to do this is check who's been active in the last 30 days. This is going to make warming up your clients, which I'll talk about later, much, much easier. At the moment, I think you can only check who is active in the last 30 days on LinkedIn through their platform Sales Navigator. So in Sales Navigator, we can search for creator, director, and animation, and then we can pop down to this activities and shared experiences. and then we can go to posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. Now, I think this is a fantastic tool because it really means that you can dig down to people who are actually active on LinkedIn, which obviously helps you when you're warming up your leads inside of LinkedIn. So let's jump back into Bloom then and add all of our leads in there. So you can add each contact in and each lead individually, or what you can also do is if you go into contacts, then you can go here and you can import contacts and you can import them as a CSV. So if you're using another CRM or you're also using some sort of spreadsheet or client tracker, you can export your contacts from there and then come into Bloom and import them here as well. So it just means that you don't have to add every single person in manually. So once we have all our leads in our CRM, step 4 is to comment on their posts and also other people's posts. Now, it's really important to remember to engage and comment on other people's posts because this helps you to stay top of mind with your past clients and also helps you to network and get your name out there in the industry. Now, step 5 is to post your own content and make sure you're not always just talking about your work. You need to also be sharing other things about the industry and sharing things about other people too, because you don't want to be seen as a person who's always just talking about themselves. This isn't how you grow relationships and it isn't how you grow your network. You need to do different types of posts to attract clients to you. Posts to attract people to you, posts to showcase your expertise, and posts to generate sales, which could be talking about your work and your availability. By doing this, you'll have an inbound marketing strategy, but you'll also be warming your clients up, which is really important when it comes to emailing them. So if they don't reach out to you, then you can go ahead and email them. So let's talk about how to email the client. So the most important thing that you need to do when you're emailing clients is, of course, follow up. Now, in Bloom, you can actually set up a follow-up task on each of your leads, which I find really handy. So if we go into leads and then we go back in here, you can see it says follow up with new lead. So let's edit this and let's put to follow up with them a month later. And then you can say when you've started this or when you've done that follow up. Following up is really, really important because people are busy. So they might not be replying to you, not because they don't want to work with you, just because sometimes emails get put to the bottom of the pile. So if you pop back into their inbox at the right time when they're looking for someone for a project, you could be that person who gets the project. So now we talked about how exactly I would get clients. Let's move on and talk about how I'd price my work. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do like it, share it, and pop a comment below. We'd love hearing from you. There's many ways you can price your work via day rates or hourly rates, project-based pricing, and also value-based pricing. Now, I've made a ton of videos on pricing, so I'll pop a playlist below this video in the description. So let's just assume for the purpose of this video then that you're going to charge with day rates. So you can probably charge more than you think, and I think a great starting point, especially if you're going from full-time to freelance, is to take your salary and double it. Yes, I said double it. This is because you're going to have lots of expenses as a freelancer. You're going to have all your computer equipment, all of your software, and if you're in the US, you're also going to have healthcare to cover as well. The one thing you must absolutely not do is take your salary from your full-time job and split it into 12 months and use that to base your day rate on. Please don't do that. It doesn't work. You need to make more money as a freelancer to cover all of these extra things and also to cover downtime that you will have in your schedule. The other thing to consider is there are only about 260 working days in each year. And then you've got to think about sick days that you could potentially have and also holiday days that you might want to take off. So usually then I would suggest working with about 200 working days. So we might put some numbers on the screen, but obviously these are just examples. So then if we think about your salary or the ideal amount of money that you want to make, and we double it, and then we think about 200 working days and divide it by that, this is probably much more likely to be a realistic day rate. I would also try and ask local freelancers what they're charging as well. And I would also look at it on an international level. This will give you a good idea of what the rates are locally and also internationally, and this will help you to make a more well-informed decision. So hopefully by now you got a client and you're getting paid to do the work. But your work as a freelancer doesn't stop there. There are so many more opportunities to impress your clients and make sure they come back to you again and again. It is much easier to get a client to be a repeat client than it is to get a brand new client, because you have to build trust, and building trust takes time.
All in good time, dear boy, all in good time.
This is where having professional systems and processes can really help you stand out. You need a way to manage your client projects and also a way to deliver work to your clients, especially if you're working remotely. And of course, an easy way to get paid too. So let's jump back into Bloom to see how we can manage our projects. So you can see here that I've set out a project for animation, and I can clearly see which stage of the project I'm at and also compare it to other projects that I have on the go at the same time. So finally, you're going to share your invoice with your client. I really love Bloom's invoicing system here. I love the way that you can add your own branding and your own colors. And congrats! Look, you just got paid and you're starting your own freelance business. One of the big issues I see freelancers facing is not getting paid on time. Now, there's a few things that you can do to help you to solve this problem. To find out what those things are, you should watch this video next.